This is something that's been bugging me a little bit with solo queue, and it is just basic decision making in game. And a lot of what happens in a solo queue game is based on how one team reacts to the plays of another team. Like you occasionally will have bold players who try to make plays or go for dives when they think that they can outplay the opponent. And how a good player is like how you determine a good from a bad player is how they react to the situation at hand. And a lot of this comes down to decision making. So I'm gonna play this clip that I think really brings out like a good decision from one team and a bad decision, like a good decision from one team, but a decision that could have been punished by the other team. But we'll play the clip in a second. So in the bot lane here, we have some early skirmishes. The gold is actually in favor of blue team, but it's not really what we're worried about right now. So as you can see, just normal trading. But now, as we see the blue team vision, you can see that there's been pings here, and we know for a fact that the mid laner is coming down. Our Riven pointed that out, that the mid laner is going to come down and try to dive, and we saw him for a glimpse. And you can assume that if the mid laner is coming down to dive us, both somewhat healthy, I mean, maybe they could just try to kill Thresh and get out, but their bot lane is also pretty weak, that they're going to be bringing the jungler. And because it's in Italy, she's a very strong dive champion. So we know that they have 4 bot lane. Now, let's just go to all vision here. We know that they have 4 bot lane, and right now, the biggest thing that annoys me about this play is that Shyvana, if we go back a little bit, Shyvana took the Krugs and decided to not immediately recall with this low HP. We knew about the pings, they were pinging, she should have just stopped right there and recalled. Instead she decides to go on farm here, and she just wastes a lot of time. This is the first problem. The second problem, pause before they get to the actual dive here. Second problem, well, GP's not in lane, so I mean that's not a huge deal. But as soon as he gets in lane, he should try to push in case they want to do a teleport play. Since we are running a flash smite and he's running flash teleport, we know that they have more pressure in a fight across map. So he should just try to push that right away, and Riven should try to push her lane right away. So let's see how this dive goes. So they have 4 bot lane. So right here, we've already won. We've won this fight. Like we kill Thresh, or sorry, we kill the Thresh is able to kill Talon because of the basically it's just an outplay under turret, right? This is not the decision making I'm talking about, but it's still a nice play. So we're able to win that, and then it looks like Bard said he did too far, and I kill him from the last turret shot, but we lose Thresh here. So how does the team react? Riven pushes down mid. Good choice. Gangplank is still not back in lane, but again, Shyvana has recalled late, like I talked about. Like she should never have tried to take these. Now this is the biggest decision that I think really like makes this play bad, is that Garen decides to TP bottom. So at this point, GP should just start to push in immediately. Talon should continue, or sorry, Riven should continue to push in and try to get this tower. But Shyvana should notice the TP and the already happened dive and immediately walk down the bot lane. No matter what state of the game you're in, like even if you're sitting on these items, which I think she should have a ward too, she should have bought a ward. Because you're the jungler, you need a ward. But she should have just walked bot lane and try to force them away from like the fleeing ADC, who is me, and then try to get vision on Dragon, because we know for a fact that they're gonna go for it after. If you've wasted TP without getting a kill, the team will always go for Dragon if it's up. I mean, that's the most logical cause. So Riven did a good job here. GP was not really a big factor in this, but Shyvana really made a huge mistake in my opinion, and you'll see she starts walking up towards the middle of the lane as I run away here. She knows that they're all bot lane right now. And the other thing that Riven does, she kind of fades away towards the dragon, but doesn't want to take it, and instead, Talon is able to recall in time for her to not get the turret. So if she had have just focused completely on the turret, she probably would have been able to get it. And if she doesn't want to go for the turret there, then, I mean, she needs to have Shyvana though. Shyvana just makes the biggest mistake in this whole, like, the decision making from the jungler is always, like, one of the most important things, like. And then Riven, of course, doesn't want to attack the turret, even if he has Kang full wave there. So, overall, this looks like a win for us to begin with. At first, the dive was a win for Blue Team. We came out on top of kills. We didn't lose bot tower. We burned a teleport, and we won the trade 2-for-1. So that gives us a gold lead. Should have given us a map advantage, and it should have snowballed our lane really hard. And it also should have indirectly snowballed mid lane and top lane because they got free farm and free experience for that amount of time. But really, because we didn't push the advantage, and we didn't get a tower, which we needed to, you know, relieve pressure later on, or B, contest the dragon, which is mostly Shyvana's wrongdoing, she just wanted to farm, then not only do we not have a timer for dragon, but we also missed the opportunity to get free gold from turrets, and we lost a lot of pressure after that. So overall, I think that, like, the reactive play in this case would have just been to either show up bot lane, or even if Shyvana had showed up mid lane and helped push down the turret, that would have been better too. Also, she should have known that she was too low HP when she was farming the Krugs, and recalled afterwards. So, like, I know I'm focusing a lot on the Shyvana's play here and how, like, what she did and her choice to farm rather than to show up and help the team. But it is a huge deal. Like, it is a big problem. And not only that, not only did they get the dragon, but they created a lot of pressure from the wards here. 1, 2, 3 wards. This basically means that anytime Shyvana's in the bot side jungle, they will know the next 3 minutes, and they will be completely free to move out the map knowing where she is. I mean, that's a huge part of the game as well. So now Garen is floating around mid lane here after this play that I'm talking about, and we still haven't got the turret. Like, she could have got the turret there as well. So overall, plays like these, where you choose to be selfish and you choose to, you know, help yourself by farming instead of moving on the map where the team needs you reactively, can really hurt your team. And again, Shyvana, they know exactly where she is, they know that she's farming, so this gives Nidalee free roam around the map to go and do whatever she pleases. Shows about her res or after. And they lose the trade. Like, Riven was forced out of lane by the lane swap. Garen is a counter to her, but that all happened because they knew exactly where Shyvana was at the time. And that all snowballed from the dragon. It's like little plays can turn into big things if the team plays them right. And like, one seemingly small play, also what we decided to do the whole game getting lost. And that's what I have to say about that. So, react properly. The main goal I want to achieve here is to teach players to react properly to situations. They're not hard decisions. It's like their team is chasing me down the middle of the bot lane, past the turret, and as the jungler, just show up and be present and push them away and then follow them to dragon. If Shyvana had to follow them to dragon and Shyvana had to collapse Riven had to collapse and Shyvana had to follow it, we might have been able to take that dragon, or at least pressure them away from it. Or at least force them to recall afterwards. The fact that they were able to free roam around the map after the dragon is also like a huge part of that. So yeah. Yeah, every situation in League of Legends is different, but reacting properly is a huge part of it. Thanks for watching.